George Mason is known for their various cultures here on campus. During the month of February, it comes as no surprise that we celebrate African American culture. On the 5th of February, the Mason community gathered in the JC Cinema to screen the movie Dear White People. The film was brought here by student activist Christina Lee.
I wanted to bring this film to Mason because I think this film really focuses on kind of dealing with issues that a lot of college-aged kids and young professionals deal with, because it kind of gets into more of how we see racism today, how it's more covert rather than overt racism. So it's not somebody burning a cross outside of your dorm room, but it's somebody saying something like, oh wow, you speak really eloquently for a black person. And I think in this environment, especially here at Mason, a lot of students encounter racism or racial undertones in a lot of things that they experience in their day-to-day life, and kind of realize that that's not just their reality, but it's common within the black community, it's common within other communities of color. And I feel like the film actually helps to show kind of how to deal with some of that, or kind of how to wrestle with some of that internally as well.
After the movie was over, Professor Mark Hobson and Gay Wald led an intellectual, steamy discussion with students here at George Mason based on the different stereotypes seen in the film. But of course, MCNews was there to have a conversation with the professor ourselves.
I think it was a good idea. It's always a good idea to bring in topics and issues that get students talking about race and culture and difference and diversity. Without these films, we probably wouldn't have the conversation. So it was important to get different students in representing different disciplines to engage in dialogue.
Yeah, I would just add, this is the power of a film, to give people a chance to talk about things, talk about the film, to talk about how it made them feel, to talk about what they identified with, what they didn't identify with. So everyone should see this film, and more events like this are great.
One of the things that was mentioned earlier is the fact that art allows us to envision a new reality. And so looking at the problems, looking at the conflict allowed us to strategize over how we might resolve this. And the conversation is just the beginning. There's much more to come. Yes, this film might have contributed to dialogue as a start, but we need to continue this dialogue by bringing in more prompts and more sources of communication.
Also, I think this was an amazing opportunity for Mason students to come see a film that's pretty recently out of Sundance, independent movie that they might not have had a chance to see when it was, in its commercial release. To have a chance to see it, talk about it, it's a great opportunity.
For more MCN News, I'm Kenneth Sasu Chimisi.